Today, I want to share something deeply personal, something I've been wrestling with for weeks, and honestly, something I never thought I'd be talking about publicly. This isn't about giving advice, but more about processing an experience and perhaps in sharing it, finding some clarity and connecting with anyone out there who's navigated similar tricky waters. It's about those incredibly complex human connections that sometimes leave you scratching your head, wondering if you did everything right, or if there's even a right thing to do at all. So, a few months ago, I found myself supervising a fantastic 21-year-old intern. From day one, she just blew me away. She was bright, witty, unbelievably hardworking, and honestly, carried herself with a maturity that totally surprised me for someone her age. Seriously, I immediately had a ton of respect for her, and what's more, we just clicked. The conversation flowed effortlessly. She asked smart questions, the kind that showed she really understood her role and was genuinely invested. Plus, she had this amazing sense of humor that honestly made those long office hours feel so much lighter. It wasn't long before those casual coffee chats after work started happening, and soon, texting outside of business hours became the norm. And here's the thing. None of it felt forced. It was natural, genuine. We actually enjoyed each other's company. I found myself really looking forward to our conversations, no matter how small or casual they were. It felt like we were connecting on a level that went beyond just work. There was definitely some harmless flirting, too. You know, playful jokes, teasing, lighthearted exchanges that just made us both laugh. It never felt awkward, and crucially, nothing ever crossed any professional lines while she was still an intern under my supervision. I was incredibly careful about that, because the last thing I ever wanted to do was abuse the authority I held, but I can't deny it. I was truly drawn to her. Her energy, her sharp wit, and just the way she approached life, it was all captivating. Then, her internship finally ended. She was no longer working at my company, and honestly, I fully expected our dynamic to naturally fade. I thought, okay, that chapter's closed, we'll probably just drift apart. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Something shifted. Just yesterday, we became intimate. And it was completely consensual. In that moment, it felt absolutely right. There was no awkwardness, no pressure, just a natural, beautiful connection between two adults who genuinely liked each other. And honestly, it was amazing, truly. But then, as the morning light broke, the guilt started to creep in. I woke up with this heavy feeling in my chest, a really confusing mix of uncertainty and self-doubt. And I started asking myself, why am I feeling this guilt? Is it the age gap? Is it the fact that I was once her supervisor? Or am I just completely overthinking everything? My brain immediately went into overdrive, trying to rationalize it all. She's an adult, I told myself. She made her own choice, it was consensual, and I never, ever pressured her. In the moment, she seemed comfortable, she seemed happy. And yet, despite all of that, this weight just wouldn't lift. I keep replaying everything in my head. Every coffee we shared, every text exchanged outside of work, every small joke, every moment of laughter. And I keep asking myself, did I handle things properly? Did I truly respect all the boundaries that existed? Or did I unintentionally cross lines that I absolutely shouldn't have? I've always tried my best to act responsibly, to respect people and their autonomy. But now, I'm left questioning everything I thought I knew about myself and my conduct. This morning, her message was totally casual, as if nothing had changed. She seemed completely fine, even happy, and part of me really wants to just take comfort in that, to relax and think, okay, everything's good. But my brain just won't stop spinning. The truth is, I genuinely like her. Not in the I'm in love sense, not yet anyway, but I truly appreciate her as a person. I admire her, I care about her deeply, and I definitely want to see her again. I want to be supportive, to help guide her towards opportunities that could advance her career, because I genuinely care about her future and her success. Yet, there's that nagging voice again. I absolutely don't want to overstep, and I certainly don't want to misuse the influence I once held as her supervisor, even if that dynamic is technically gone. Sometimes, I find myself thinking back to all those conversations we had outside of work. how we shared stories about our lives, our ambitions, our fears, and I wonder if those intimate moments contributed to this connection in a way that now feels incredibly complicated. I try to remind myself that relationships are rarely straightforward, especially when two people connect in such a meaningful way. But when one person was in a position of authority, even if it was temporary, those lines become so blurry and it's so difficult not to question everything. I'm constantly running through all the what-ifs. What if I had acted differently? What if I had kept our interactions strictly professional, even outside office hours? What if she regrets it later, even if she doesn't now? Or what if I'm the one completely overthinking this entire situation? These questions genuinely haunt me because I want to do the right thing. But the right thing isn't always clear, is it? Life just doesn't hand us instructions or guidelines for every situation, especially when feelings and real human connections are involved. The truth is, people are complex. We connect in ways we can't always predict. We feel emotions that don't always align neatly with social expectations or what we think should happen. And sometimes, just sometimes, two adults share an experience that feels absolutely right in the moment, but then raises a million questions afterward. I don't want to hurt her, and I certainly don't want to hurt myself. I want to navigate this responsibly, with honesty, with respect, and with integrity. I've also thought a lot about the future. How do I maintain a relationship or a connection that feels genuine and authentic without repeating mistakes or potentially without abusing power dynamics? How do I balance my admiration and deep care for her with the immense responsibility I feel toward ethical boundaries, both professional and personal? These are the questions I continue to wrestle with, pretty much constantly. I keep telling myself to move carefully, to be mindful of her autonomy, and to respect her as an independent adult who is making her own choices. Even as I reflect, I simply can't ignore the emotional truth. I like her. I appreciate her. I value her presence. And I also feel guilty. The conflict is such a strange mix. Joy and excitement are there, but so are anxiety and worry. It's confusing, incredibly confusing, but it's also undeniably human. Life doesn't offer a simple checklist for these kinds of situations, and the gray areas are honestly where most of us end up learning the most about ourselves, our values, and how we truly relate to others. So here I am, sharing this story anonymously, not to justify my actions, but truly to understand them. I want to process these feelings, to reflect deeply on the choices I've made, and to consider how to move forward responsibly, thoughtfully, and ethically. Sometimes it feels like we do the right thing in the wrong order, or that our hearts desire something long before our minds can fully approve. And in those moments, all we can really do is reflect, learn, and try to move forward with honesty, respect, and care. I truly hope that by telling this story, even in this anonymous way, I can make sense of these incredibly complicated emotions. I hope I can approach the future with greater clarity, mindfulness, and consideration for her, for myself, and for the unique connection we've shared. It's not easy by any means, but I truly believe that reflection is the crucial first step toward understanding. And understanding, in turn, is the first step toward acting responsibly. Thank you so much for listening and for allowing me to share something so vulnerable. Your thoughts, your insights, your shared experiences in the comments below would mean the world to me. If you found this reflection helpful or thought-provoking, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe for more conversations like this. It really helps the channel grow and allows us to build this community together. I appreciate you all.